You're watching Talking About Orcs. On this episode of Talking About Orcs, we're going to be going over the Orc Burnaboys. The Burnaboys are, of course, armed with Burnas and not much else. They are the first of 3 elite units that run in at 15 points per model without a whole lot of options. The only option you can take with them is exchange one out for a mech, a mech boy, which is a bit different than Big Mech. The mech boy comes equipped with a custom Mega Blaster by default, but can be changed out to different weapons for little or no cost. Burnaboys are one of those units that some people will swear by and other people can't stand. The first and foremost problem with the Burnaboys is they cannot take their own dedicated transport, and they really, really need a transport to be effective. A lot of people will buy a truck boys mob and then put the Burnas in the truck, leaving the 12 boys behind on an objective. Or you can put them in a battle wagon, usually with an IC for leadership and boss pole access. Again, this unit suffers from the lack of a boss pole option, so leadership is always an issue with them. And for the price, you're still getting an orc boy with a 6+ save and 4 toughness. So there's a lot of downsides to the Burnas, because unlike Ludas that sit back and stay away, the Burnas have to be up in your face to be effective. So when using Burnaboys, firing them out of an open top transport is obviously one of the best uses for them, because you can put the templates from anywhere in the hall and you can just stack all the templates from all the Burnas. So theoretically you can get 15 times however many models cover the template if you run a full unit of Burnaboys in a battle wagon, or 12 templates if you run them in a truck. So obviously, that is, even at strength 4, you're going to be causing an awful lot of wounds with that many flamer templates. And that's if you use them as flamers. Burnas have the nice option of using either flamers or power weapons each turn. So you can use them as power weapons in the assault phase if you don't shoot them, which is really good against certain units. I have not personally run Burnaboys a whole lot. One time I ran a unit of 10 Burnaboys. They assaulted and wiped out a unit of 3 Obliterators. So that was definitely a points advantage for me. Not to mention Obliterators are extremely dangerous models to just about anything. So having these little orcs come in and just wipe them off the table was very nice. Of course, they didn't last long. They came up, Demon Prince with Warp Time came up and assaulted them in return, but they got their points back for sure. But that's my biggest problem with the Burnaboys, as I said, is they have to get up in your face to be effective, because they can't shoot from range, and they have to be an assault. So there's definitely a precision use for the Burnaboys when fielding them. They're a subtlety, a care that you wouldn't normally use with your orcs. Because at 6 points a model, you can throw them away without thinking about it. At 15 points a model, you need to worry. So what kind of things are Burnaboys good against? Like I said, Plague Marines, they're really good. They're really good for Obliterators. They might even be good for Assault Terminators with no Lightning Claws, because at least you'll be going first, and they'll be running on only 3+ saves instead of 2+. So, and then the Burnas would be good against just about anything in the kind of volume of fire you're going to put out. The best thing is, though, that the choice of flamer or power weapon is on a per model basis, not a per unit basis. So if you have some of them, so you can have your front row fire their flamers, and then what's behind them will get their power weapons. So Burnaboys is one of those units that you really need to try out for yourself. See if you can get them to fit your playstyle, and if you can get a list to fit them. If used properly, Burnaboys can be one of the most devastating units in the Orc Codex. However, they require a surgical use and care, unlike any other unit, to be truly effective. And to me, that just isn't very orky. You can't just run out, get out, punch some people in the face, like you can with other orc units. So give them a try. You may like them, you may not. Personally, I find them exactly so-so.